right, good morning. Happy February 1st. Today's workout is called Turbo Time. You're going to do a 4-minute AMRAP, then you're going to rest for 4 minutes, and you're going to do that 3 times, and it's 3 times. It's going to sort of change every round slightly. You're going to reduce the reps on the 2 movements and then increase the time on the machine. So your movements are lunges or step-ups. Okay, whatever you sort of have around, so 2 different variations there. And then leg raises or V-snaps. So I'll show you the different options depending on what you have for equipment. And then you're going to use your machine. Again, if you don't have a machine, then you are going to do the other variations, the body weight variations that we've done in the past. Okay, so your first 4-minute AMRAP, you're going to do 20 weighted step-ups or lunges, or not weighted, okay, depending on how lunges are for you. And then after that, you're going to do 20 leg raises or V-snaps or whatever your variation is there. You want to have that done so that you have, in about 2.5 minutes, so you have at least 1.5 minutes on your machine, okay? So adjust those reps or adjust the weight. We're going to be doing that in our warm-up to make sure that you have that time for the machine. Next round is 15 and 15, okay, so you should be done that a little quicker, having about 2 minutes on your machine, and then your last 4-minute AMRAP is going to be 10 and 10, so pretty quick, 1.5 minutes about, so we want 2.5 minutes on the machine, okay, so adjust accordingly, whether it's the difficulty of the movement or it's the number of reps, so adjust those reps down right from the beginning, okay, and just cut them back. The step-ups or lunges are total, so half of that per side. So 20 would be 10 per side, just as a clarification. So weighted step-ups, you can hold your weight by your sides. You can have them up on a front rack position. If you have just a single one, you can hold in a goblet position, or even in like a front rack position this way, okay? Just make sure whatever you're holding, it's not pulling you forward, whether you're doing step-ups or lunges. And yeah, it's not too heavy that you can slowly get through those reps. So step-ups, make sure your full foot is on whatever you're stepping up. You're standing all the way up and then back down and then switching sides. If you have something that you can step over, that's great, that's also good, but if you don't, just come up and then come down. If you don't have anything to step up onto, we're going to change this to a lunge. So you can step forward for your lunge, okay, or we can step backwards for your lunge. Whatever feels the best for you, just make sure that we're pressing through that front heel, okay, so we're not going up onto the toe whether you're stepping up or lunging. We're driving through that front heel, and the knee isn't coming inside that toe or inside that foot. We're almost driving out just a little bit, so we're activating that glute, okay? For the leg raises, so obviously if you have a bar or something to hang on to, you can do raises from here. You can kip. Make sure you're making enough of it rather than like quickly getting through those with a little kip that, yeah, you're just not going too fast or making it too easy on yourself. And then options on the ground. We can slow this down to make it just the lower body leg raises. So legs start up. So this is actually going to be like a leg lower. Legs start up, lower back stays planted. So whatever variation, lower back stays planted. Come down as far as you can without it coming up, and then come back up. You can bend your knees as well. Okay, if that sort of helps you find a position that you can actually tap with that end range. Okay, but make sure that lower back stays planted. V-snap variations as always. Arms and legs extended. We're going to drive that lower back into the ground first. Maybe you're reaching for your heels and your knees are bent, or maybe you're trying to bring those toes and the hands together straight up overhead. Okay? As always, you can change this to sit-ups as well, whether you anchor it. It sort of depends on how everything feels for you. So keep that in mind. And then you're going to, like I said, jump on your machine. If you don't have a machine, then you're doing jumping jacks, or step jacks even, toe taps, little run around the room, burpees if you really want to, okay, that shouldn't affect anything else today. So play around with that, and yeah. For your warm-up, I want you to do 2 minutes of your machine, okay, or whatever you're going to be using for today. So about 2 minutes of that, just nice and light, get yourself moving, get yourself sweaty, get that heart rate up. And then we're going to go through a couple different movements before we get into the movements of the workout. So we're going to start with cat-cow. So coming into tabletop, we're going to inhale, arch that back, stick out that butt, pull those shoulders back and gently look up. And then exhale, round that back, tuck that tailbone, press through those hands, and going back and forth. So try to use your breath as you do this, finding your end range, not forcing anything. But I want you to do at least 5, maybe 10 if you're going a little faster, but try to focus on control as you come through, okay? Once you're done that, you're going to do some thoracic reaches. So you're going to have one hand up, you're going to reach through that hand and that knee section, and then you're pressing through that hand that's in the floor and reaching up and turning. So just opening up the chest and the shoulders, keeping the knees on the ground, and back and forth. Again, doing 5 of those at least, and then switching to the other side and doing 5 on the other side. So pressing, opening up, and coming back down. And then we're going to do scorpions. So we're going to come on down to the ground. Cat butt in the face. Arms are going to be straight out to the side. Let your head relax. And then from here, I'm going to reach opposite foot. Reach around, reaching towards my hand with my foot. Coming back to center. And then going the other way, reaching my foot towards my hand. Don't worry if you don't get there. I'm far from it. But just sort of going back and forth. Opening up that line. And you're going to do 5 per side of those. And then once you're done that, you're going to come onto your back and doing some dynamic line rotation. So you're starting in the back, arms are out, palms facing the ceiling, bringing those knees to 90. You're going to let them drop to one side. Inhale, engage that core, bring it back together. Drop to the other side. Inhale, bring back together. So exhaling as you're dropping, inhale as you're turning. If this is a little too much, then you can let the feet lay on the ground, the knees in the air, and then you're going to do that same thing. One side, inhale to come back, exhale, drop to the other side, inhale to come back. So again, at least 5 per side. Then go ahead and do 3 sets of 6 for your lunges and your leg raise variations, okay, whatever you're doing for that. So lunges would be at least 3 per leg. Building up in weight, okay, if you are going to do weight, start with body weight or even start with assisted, okay, if you have something to hold on to and you need assistance for your first one. It should be a warm-up, okay, just like we would warm up weights for anything else, you want to warm up that movement even if you're using weight. So start lighter, do a set of 6 of each of them, start easier for your V-snap variation or whatever you're doing, do 3 sets of 6, and then you should be ready and primed for your workout. As far as recovery for today, we're going to do some 90-90 stretch variations. So getting into your 90-90 position, legs start wide, much wider than your shoulders. You're going to let them drop over to one side. We're going to start by chest up and over that front knee. We're just going to hang out in this position. Start at least 30 seconds, nice and flat back, so driving that hip back, chest nice and proud. And then after that, if you want to round and fold over that front knee, go ahead and do that. Again, holding at least 30 seconds there. Then we're going to come up. We're going to bring that back leg in towards the butt. And then we're going to stretch that quad. And we're going to just lie back for whatever you are. Maybe you can come to elbows. Maybe you can lean down. I am not that person. And then you're going to spend at least a minute here. Okay, and then we're going to bring it back to 90. We're just going to do some sweeps. So you're going to bring your hand just sort of out about 45 degrees from your hip. And then we're going to sweep. Open up, maybe you're coming down to the elbow and coming around and doing 5 gentle sweeps, doing that. Okay, and then you're going to switch over to the other side. Again, 30 seconds tall, 30 seconds rounded if you want. Bringing that foot in, stretching that quad, and then setting back up again to do your reaches. Okay, that's it. Have fun with it. And as always, let me know how it goes.